Commence primary ignition.
For Thursday, April 1st, 2021, it's the Serenno Squadcast, the official podcast of the Serenno Squad.
That makes us sound like 5 times more important than we are.
That's the point.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode.
Not even looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Yay.
Oh, yeah. Yay, that's it.
Begun.
This was only a 3-day print. Welcome,
Really?
everyone, to this week's episode of the Squadcast. We've got the squad with us today. We've got Paul.
Hello.
We've got Evan.
Hi.
And we've got Wayne.
Hi. Did you just wave a flip-flop? Oh, okay.
Not a flip.
I just waved the USS Voyager, so similarly absurdist, I suppose.
I thought you went all angry mom and swear to God. You don't want to see this
If I
flip-flop.
could throw the podcast off on a tangent for a second, I so disliked the final episode of Voyager that for years it turned me off the show, to the point where someone came up to me and he was like, "You know a lot about Star Trek. I'm trying to write a fanfic. So you mind if I bounce some ideas off you?" Sure. So I tried to convince him that the opening scene of his fan fiction should be a Voyager-class starship just blowing up.
Oh, well, that is a totally inappropriate way to start off the Squadcast, but, you know, it's okay, because I'm sure there are some Star Trek fans out there, too, yes.
Yeah, and
They belong
I'm
across
assuming that this final episode, Hatred, was before the final episode of Enterprise aired, because that is clearly the worst
definitely.
season finale.
Nope, can't relate.
We were not ready for that level. We hadn't reached it there.
No. Anyway, whole other level of nerdery.
Yeah, yikes. If you're still out there, anyone. Yes,
April
welcome.
Fools, you thought this was a Star Wars cast.
There it was.
Yep, good. That was very natural. Love it.
Yeah, that worked out fine. So this week, guys, we have a little bit of news. Not too much. Oh, sorry. Am I screaming? We don't have.
I was making a joke because there's just a little bit of news.
I thought you were like, dude, keep it down. Yelling. No, we have no.
Everybody here.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah, so we don't have any actual news as far as the squad goes, but we do have some approvals. So let's consider that Legion news.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring him in by the dozen.
That is the 501st Legion.
Legion news.
Doing 1940s voice. Back to mute.
Yeah, so this week we have the approval of IG 71576. Approval of their Imperial Gunner. And this is
None too pleased about it.
yeah, well, you know, he's serious business, all right? Being a gunner, you know, he probably just wiped out an entire planet, you know?
Yeah.
Just following orders.
Is that just the flight suit version? Like that doesn't have any of the extra bits and bobs?
I think that's version 2.
Yeah, because I don't see a jacket. I don't see a pauldron.
It's
I think
just the
that's
neck seal.
No, wait, that's not a flight suit. That's a officer tunic. Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's just the neck
All
seal.
right, hold on. We're gonna
the neck
look this
seal.
up.
The neck seal's
I'm
worn
pretty
out.
fresh off
Where's the
the
next still out? It's covering. Look closely.
Because
What'd you say, Wayne?
on my screen, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, I said look closely at him. You can see he's wearing it like those old priest fake shirts.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's like this. You can see the seam of the pocket right about here. I don't even know if that's on camera. So.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I
So
think
we got version 2. Is that a flight suit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all wearing
all wearing flight suits. Nobody's wearing a tunic. None of them.
No, none of the gunners get the officer tunic. The officer tunic goes to the dudes with the big shovel helmets.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. But those are open face, right?
You know what it is? It says on the CRL, it says chest version 2, the optional neck seal becomes required and includes a dicky that lays flat and untucked. So that's what that is.
So the
Apparently,
dicky
Evan
is
was not listening for the last minute and a half.
I thought you were talking about when he had his helmet off. I thought that you could see it there, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But now I see now. So it's a flight suit, and then it has a neck seal, but it's not tucked.
yeah.
Yes.
So, which is apparently a thing.
Yeah, it's almost like there was one guy that just forgot to tuck, and he made it on screen. But no, I think that's one of my favorite things about the gunner is that there are 5 different. I think isn't there 5 versions?
There's 6.
There's 6
6
versions
versions.
for a character that was in the movies less than, swear to God, 3 seconds.
I can't wait to because I have the old school motocross kind of pauldron chest piece thing, and then I want to print myself a stormtrooper chest and back piece, so I can be a version.
The one version I hate
Something.
is, I think it's probably listed as version 6. It looks like the pauldron, but it's hard armor. It's based off of a Kenner figure where they were clearly trying to do the pauldron version, but because it's in plastic, it came out looking like hard armor. And I'm like, why is this a separate thing?
God,
I think version 3 is the best one. That's the one with the padded motorcycle jacket. It looks miserable to wear, but it looks so cool.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's got to be.
There's a version with the jacket and something else, so it just looks miserable.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's the
there is.
jacket
Yep, there's-
it's either the jacket and the hard armor or the jacket and the pauldron.
It's the
one of
jacket and
two.
the pauldron, so just
Yeah.
prepare to die.
Yeah.
So he's wearing the flight suit, the jacket, the pauldron. Hopefully he's not wearing an actual shirt underneath because he will just die of that many
Let me see if he has
layers.
a neck seal. No, there's no neck seal, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, if you want to, if you got to catch them all,
Literally.
But I like this one. This is not too stuffy looking, not too much. This is just right. I kind of like the ones that have just an optional, a different chest piece. That's what I like. I don't really care too much for the whole quilted Darth Vader onesie or whatever the heck it is. I'm sure it's like 2 pieces, but
It's just like a top. So, but it does actually look like the Darth Vader undersuit. Now that you say that, it totally looks like Darth Vader undersuit.
yeah.
The pauldron one I think is the best. That's the one that it looks Star Warsy enough.
It's
but
classic.
You just don't look messy.
Yeah. Yep. It's good stuff. And he's got the belt boxes too. The belt boxes make a huge difference.
Yeah. And all of this discussion, I want to say, we're not disparaging his costume. His costume is very well done.
His
Yes.
is
I
awesome,
just want
and
to make sure that's clear.
I was waiting for you guys to stop talking so I can be like, not you, sir. We mean in general.
Yeah, just in general. Not his costume looks very good. Looks very well done.
yeah, and his helmet looks like it could be
Even though he disapproves of all of our.
intergalactic.
I'm sorry. He just looks so miserable in that photo.
You know what though? I think I did that on my Krennic approvals. I frowned as hard as I could to look like evil, and I just looked like comical because I can't frown apparently. This guy's got it down.
Yeah.
Me, no.
Yeah.
I do
This
have
is
that
good.
problem whenever I've done like the reserve pilot or something where you can see my face, but I'm wearing something Imperial. I'm always like, oh wait, I can't smile on photos. Don't smile. Don't smile. The Empire doesn't smile.
That's the hardest part about not wearing a helmet is just remembering to just look mean all the time. I just want to smile and I want to laugh and be silly.
Yeah.
Just know that every picture you've seen of me in the armor, taking pictures of somebody, what you see is trooper, whatever. What's really happening is every time.
I'd agree with that.
Oh well. So I guess I don't have my approval photos yet, but I also have been approved for my Imperial Gunner. And actually,
Yay.
yeah, let's a little bit of channel update. We do have a new video, a suit up video of Imperial Gunner, and it is me, and it is only
That should be your
3
name now,
minutes
is
long.
Imperial Gunner.
Yeah, you have to refer to me as Imperial Gunner because I am. That's what I am. But yeah, so we thought it would be a good idea to kind of talk about the approval process. And for the Imperial Gunner, this is my third approved or approval process having to go through. And it's gotten easier and easier each time because you kind of figure out the avenues to go down to get what you're looking for. If you are interested in trying to, like, maybe you haven't gotten everything together and you want to make sure that you're capable of doing all this stuff, that you can get it done, you might reach out and say, hey, like, what all is it going to take to get this done? And you get it all figured out, you buy all the stuff, and then you're like, all right, who do I talk to? Where do I go? Online? Are there forums? I would say the best people or the best source would totally be us here at, us 501st members. If you can reach out to us and you can ask us, we will, instead of reach out, use the force, and we will try our best to kind of, instead of say a generic thing like, oh, go to this website and then go to this where it'll show you that and then it'll take you to here, somebody can actually tell you directly who to go to. Sometimes they'll just share with you the email or something like that. And
Yeah, the local people are always the best resource.
Yeah, if you can, even if it's
usually.
like someone hasn't been approved in forever, just ask them and they can probably get you in touch with somebody, because it can be discouraging going online and looking for, a link to something or an email and not knowing what the heck you're doing. So always start with us. But that's kind of one of the hurdles that you got to get over. But then after that, they kind of, once you get in touch with these people, you kind of got to be prepared, right? And you got to have photos.
Yes.
The last time that I looked, it was only straight on photo, back photo, side photos with the arms out, a pose photo with like an action shot, and then a helmet off. And I think that's all you need. Some people are like, do you need a close-up of your helmet? Do you need a close-up of your boots and stuff like that? And as long as you got like really good lighting, I think that's the key. And taking these photos, if you're outside, that's like probably the best lighting you could have, daylight. No?
As somebody who used to edit the photos that go on the website, outside photos tend to prove a problem, because one set of photos I got, the dude was standing under a tree or something. So if you've ever tried to Photoshop around little leaf shadows on his helmet,
Gotcha.
Well lit. If it outside is good, you want it against a neutral backdrop, preferably something that's maybe the opposite color of what you're wearing. Like if you're trying on your new Stormtrooper, don't go stand in front of that brand new shiny whiteboard that you just got for the kitchen.
Right.
Green screen's not always the best option, because
Reflection.
the green can sometimes reflect back onto the armor because it's so shiny.
Oh, I guess if you're outside and it's green enough, that could happen too.
Yeah, like the Sith Trooper CRL that we saw a couple weeks ago.
That's
it
right.
had a weird reflection on it because it was so shiny. But yeah, just some kind of neutral backdrop, well lit. Yeah, front pose, back, side. You usually want the arms lifted up. Only say only thing I'd say give detail photos on is if it's maybe a newer costume or a complicated costume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, on my Boba Fett, I had to give detailed close-ups of like the back of my helmet and like the gauntlets, because you can't really see them super well in the picture. So you like, because the gauntlets have like different stuff on all four sides. So like lots of pictures I had to take of my gauntlets. If you have a weapon in your picture, you need detailed close-ups of that. Most of the time, I just choose not to use a weapon except other than in the action shots, because I think it can be troublesome to get your costume approved with a specific weapon, just because that weapon has to be super high quality as well. So I know a lot of times people will just use like Hasbro E11 or something, which I think would need some updates to actually have that approved. So
It'd be fine as long as it was painted.
Yeah. So, and then lightsabers. So I had to give up close-ups like of my Kylo Ren lightsaber. And then also my Kylo Ren, I had to take pictures of each step of the costume, because like the pleated arms have to be attached to a shirt, and you can't see that unless you're just wearing the pleated shirt. So it was like just doing that as well. Like if it's a bunch of, you might have to do that with like a Darth Vader as well, so you can see the suit and the different layers of like because there's like a tunic and then there's like the cape and all that stuff. So
Was there
yeah.
like a list of things for your specific costume, or was it more or less that you took the photos that they generally ask you to take, and then we're like, hey, we also need this, and then
Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth from what, like,
gotcha.
I'm sure if you had someone who is really familiar with the process, they could be like, yeah, make sure you take pictures of this and that. But like if you just go to like just some generic requirements, they just tell you, front, back, sides, arms up, arms down, action shot. So I would definitely speak to someone who has, if it's a complicated costume, speak to someone who has some experience getting that costume approved, and they can tell you that any additional pictures you might need to take.
Yeah, especially if it's newer. Like if
Yes.
it's a stormtrooper, most people can approve a stormtrooper in their sleep. I mean,
Yep.
we can
makes
kind of look
sense.
at it and be like, good. I mean,
I think that's what happened to me with my Imperial Gunner, because I did, I took my photos and I sent my photos at about 9:30. And I was thinking to myself, the last time I talked to these guys, I think they said that they checked their email around 8 at night, and they would check it every day. The guys that we have, are they GMOs? Is that what they're called?
GML.
GMLs, sorry. And
They're not genetically modified, at least not that we know of.
I don't know what it stands for. But they're the guys. And
Garrison Membership Liaison.
Yes, our liaison.
I did that once too.
Nice. Wow. What a guy.
Those were the dark times.
Well,
I did it for 2 years.
Well, those guys usually, I think, there are two of them that go back and forth, maybe, that work together. I don't know how it works, but I always get two
I think
messages.
there's 2 now.
Yeah,
With a garrison as big as ours, it's a lot for one person.
right. I believe it.
With 2 people, it makes it easier.
Yeah, I sent an email, and they're like, "Hey, looks great. I'll send it on to whatever." And I think it was Danny. He said, "It's like one of the best Vaders I've seen this year." So, but I sent my email and my photos at like 9:30, and I figured it was late. Like I should just, I'll just check tomorrow whenever I get a chance. And I just so happened to wake up in the morning and look at my phone, and sure enough, they text me back at like 9:50, not 20 minutes after I sent it, and said, "Congratulations, you're approved." So that is incredible turnover. And being an Imperial Gunner, it was probably super easy. And
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of pieces.
No, and I made sure that everything was clear. My parts have been approved before, so it's they're not questionable looking. If they were, I would have updated them so they wouldn't be. Oh wow, look at that. That looks so freaking good. Wow. Good job, Paul. That looks sick.
Perfect for maybe someone's 3-month-old baby.
4-month-old.
Wow. Okay, 4-month-old baby.
She might be. Let me see it. Bring it up, Wayne. Hold it up with both of your hands beside it. Like this. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Wow. That is tiny. That will not fit my baby's big head.
You could do the face-off mod. Cut it, hinge it open.
Yeah. All that effort. No, but she is, you know, I told you guys that she was going to be getting a new vehicle.
The baby?
Yes.
Wow, they're giving out licenses younger and younger these days.
See if I can pull it up. Dead air. So my wife was on Facebook and she sees an ad for $175 for one of these bad
I know
boys.
what you're talking about. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little land speeder.
That one's on water. Jeez.
I was on Facebook looking at vehicles because I started getting like ads on Facebook Marketplace, and someone had a 1982 Porsche 928 for sale, and so that's a little different, but also pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. The difference
Aren't
is,
you a little
did you
young for a
buy it?
midlife crisis?
Yeah.
I've been continuously going through midlife crises for about 5-6 years now.
Well, you're holding up great, buddy.
Yeah,
You
thanks.
don't even notice.
I got the hot tub, the crazy vehicle, all of the Star Wars costumes.
All you need is the gold chain.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I was
and possibly a scooter or moped because it's not quite to the motorcycle just yet.
yeah, we might get back there someday. Maybe I think that's the pinnacle of the midlife crisis is definitely getting a motorcycle, but not like a regular one. It's got to be like the Gold Wing that can fit like 3-4 people on it.
Sounds.
Or you get the trike setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you the sidecar too.
For Chewy.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's exciting stuff. But back to the approval before we finish that. We'll wrap it up. But yeah, it's really, really quick most times. If you're here in Virginia,
with other garrisons, your
be
mileage may vary.
Some of our squad mates are like super devoted, and this is like basically their second job, and so they're awesome. They're on it.
All I'll let you know is on my initial approval, it took 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
From submitting photos to getting the approval email. So,
what year was that?
2008.
All this was farmland.
Right. Well, I'm glad
I had to go get the pictures developed and put them in an envelope, mail them.
You're kidding me.
Via Pony Express.
No, that's not true. I'm very gullible.
And then he got a letter back, and Jen read it to him, and it was like, "You got a telegram. You're approved. Stop. Good.
Stop.
Stop."
All right. Well, yeah. So I guess that about wraps it up. I mean, it's it takes a little time. Sometimes a more complicated. I mean, I was fortunate that I only took one photo or one set of photos for my clone commander, and I think I would say it's because of I had really good light and they're really good photos, and they were just able to zoom in and see everything without there being any distortion of the pixels or whatever. So if you can get nice pictures, it'll go a long way.
It's pretty easy to get high-res photos now. We don't have to worry about like, oh, my grandma took this on her flip phone.
Well, once you're in the costume, you're kind of at the will of, whoever is there to help you out. So, but no, I try to set up my phone with the tripod. That's what you should do. Use the 10-second thing, run over there, practice, make sure you're in the right frame, even mark the floor. That's what I do. So I don't stand too far and get the perfect photo, but then my arm's out of frame.
Or just get your significant other to stand there and take the photos for
Yeah,
you.
I was going to do that, but they were already asleep. It's just, you know how it is.
I can't say anything. I've done that. I've been like, I want to get photos taken of this. Oh, she's asleep. Yeah, I'll
It's
figure.
all I always do it like way too late. Like I swear to God that all of my approval pictures have been taken after 9:00 at night. I don't know what it is, but every time it's like we'll spend like an hour putting the thing together, and then like because it's the first or second time I've suited up, and then like she's mad at me because I'm like squirming and trying to figure it out, and like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, no, we got to fix this, and then by that time it's like 10:30, and she's finally taking pictures
done.
of me, and she was like, done. She throws the phone at me.
She's over it.
Yeah, know that that's not why she's mad.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's just about it for that. Did anybody else want to add anything about the approval process? What to expect?
Don't rush them.
Yeah, that's
No.
right.
That you're not the
Yeah.
only one that has submitted, and give them some time. Give them a realistic amount. Most times they'll let you know that it generally takes this long, but I'd say a good rule of thumb is wait at least 2 weeks. If you haven't heard anything after 2 weeks, yeah, kind of bump it up and be like, hey, where are we at in the process? But don't bug them every day.
Because also, if it's a costume that, like I said, like a stormtrooper or something like that's really easy to approve. Most everybody knows what the stormtrooper looks like. If it's a complicated costume, if it's a new costume, if it's something they just don't know, there's a section on the Legion forums where they can submit the photo and get feedback, and just be like, hey, does this look right? And the other GMLs, other detachment leaders will all chime in with their input and say, yes, it's good. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's on backwards. They'll let you know. So
yeah, that can be a double-edged sword, as you all know, for me, because sometimes when it goes to the detachment, all of a sudden you get a laundry list of things to fix back, and you aren't notified which of these things are actually required for basic approval or which are required for higher levels of approval, which ones are suggestions, which ones are requirements. It can be like once it gets submitted to the detachment, like make sure that it's the list that you get back, and there will be a list that it's very, very clear what needs to be done before you can submit for final approval.
A good
Waste
detachment
time.
leader should say, this is for basic approval, this would make it look better, fit better, etc. And a GML should be able to sort that out and say, hey, this is all you need for approval, but if you do this, it's going to look better, fit better, feel better, you'll be happier, you'll make more money, etc.
I've probably had a half a dozen costumes get kicked back to the detachments and then back to me, and I have never not once seen a broken out list. It's always like a copied and paste bullet points where the formatting is all weird, and there's like stuff that's bolded and like do this, and then at one point the GML was like, don't do that, even though the detachment said it was required. So I'm like, the detachment says it's required, but you say it's not. It can get really confusing. So just make sure that everything is very clear and above board at what go through each bullet point, number them and your own list if you have to, and be like, hey, number 1, is that really required or is that just a suggestion?
Go by the CRL and make it look like the picture.
Yes.
That's good advice. CRLs are there for a reason.
Yep.
Yes.
But sometimes there is conflicts between CRL and the picture. So I can't remember which one has priority, but I ran into an issue with my Boba Fett where on the ammo belt, there's like snaps that are like visible snaps on the ammo, the individual like ammo pocket belt thingies. And I had like 5 snaps and it was supposed to be 4, but the picture had 5, but the text said 4. And so I was like, which one has priority? And I think they said that the picture has priority, but I don't really remember for sure. So that was the whole thing.
Also remember, the people that are approving these are still people.
Yes.
So they may tell you something that you don't want to hear, but one, they're telling it to you for a reason, and there is a dispute process. But these are still volunteer people, so they don't deserve to be blasted.
Also, it's not a job; it's a hobby that's being done in somebody's spare time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll get to you when they get to you, but you are not their priority, nor should you be.
Right.
Yeah.
They do a lot for us, and we should be grateful.
yeah.
So, thank you guys. That's all good stuff. I think that'll help out anybody that needs advice when trying to go through their approval process.
So Wayne had some show and tell. I thought I'd show some show and tell.
Show us some show and shell.
Yes.
Ew.
So
Ray's blaster.
yes, this was my first successful 3D print.
That's got to be several pieces, right?
Yeah.
So one, two,
So
three.
each of the grips is one separate piece. This in the middle is one piece. A piece here, here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 10 pieces.
And it's all there. It just needs to be finished painting.
Yeah, just needs a little bit of paint. That's it.
It looks awesome.
I printed it. There was quite a bit of frustration as I adjusted settings. I only had to reprint these 3 times, this 3 times. And thanks to
the little cocking piece in the back, he didn't print, so I made that out of plastic.
Oh, nice.
yeah, I tried to make it, and I hadn't fixed or Gunnar hadn't helped me fix all the settings on my printer yet, so I made spaghetti.
Oh, right. Yeah, they kind of set you up for failure there, but I see you've gotten it down. It looks so good. And now you're just going to be like, wait, there was a life before 3D printing?
So now my problem is it's set up in my office. So as I'm working now, I just have to lean my head over. I can watch it print. So I get to stare at a printer all day long, watching it go line by line.
It sounds like paradise.
Or anxiety inducing. Is it failing? Is it failing? Is it failing?
Is me breathing on it going to cause a layer to completely laminate or delaminate?
Yeah, I'm not going to look at it, but I got to look at it. But I'm not going to look at it.
If you don't look at it, you could miss a catastrophic failure, and it just keeps spitting out your material. So you have to look back at it. You have to.
Yeah. And
You
what
have
Wayne is
to.
working on there is my first attempt at printing a helmet. So we did it at half scale so I could figure out where's it going to break? Where do I need to support it?
Really good idea.
Yeah. Waste a lot less filament that way.
That's right. Yeah. And then I have the B1 head, just the face. I still got to add the back. It's a little rough from where I had the supports density very, very low. And so, but with sanding and filling, it'll be fine. The rest of it is really, really nice. But up here, you can see it kind of didn't bond very well. But that's the beauty of it. We're just trying to get the shape and the size and everything, and then
It's battle damage. Just put some weathering on it.
That's right. I'm just gonna stick some wires out of it, and then say it's just been a decapitated battle droid. All right, moving on to our next segment. Top story.
Excuse me, that's the wrong franchise.
I think I don't care.
Yeah. Top story this week. We've got a couple announcements. One of them is that we now know the cast of the Kenobi series,
Yes.
which is
I'm so happy they put this out.
super exciting because they haven't put out anything about it. It's almost like a legend that's a myth. We don't even know if there are any real people involved other than Ewan McGregor. But now we know for sure, and it's really exciting because there's some really cool people on there that are I wasn't expecting.
I'm glad they put it out because for Mandalorian, they gave us like the top name people, and then for season 2, they didn't say anything about like who's in it, who's not. So all we had is like, well, Michael Biehn is rumored to be in the show. We're like, okay, is he or isn't he? And then he shows up on the show, like, oh, I guess he was. But I'm glad they put it out to just be like, hey, this is our cast. Don't believe any other rumors. These are the people that are actually in the show.
Yeah, it's funny with Mandalorian season 2. It was like, oh, there's a rumor that Rosario Dawson is going to play Ahsoka, and then
weren't all the rumors like true?
all the rumors about season 2 were true.
Yeah, but they wouldn't come out and say anything.
For once, we got this covered, gave us news.
You throw enough stuff at the wall, something's bound to stick.
I guess.
Yeah, broken clocks right twice a day.
Yeah, right. That's true. So I'm gonna see if I can't pull up this image. I think I can, because Paul made the revelation to me that I can actually just go to Facebook and open up my messenger. So
yes,
I had no stinking clue.
But I think it's very cool. They while you're doing that, I'll vamp and try to fill time so it's not dead air. They did say it is roughly 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So chances are we're not seeing the Obi-Wan Maul fight that happened in Rebels. We're not getting a live action version.
I wouldn't want a live action version. I've already seen it. It clearly only happened once. I don't want to see a rehash of that. And I thought it was fantastic what they did in Rebels.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got Ewan McGregor, who I believe, as we record this, today is his birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday, Ewan!
He is 50.
His name is one letter off from mine.
He's 50 years old.
And also, look at Ewan and Hayden Christensen's picture there, and realize Revenge of the Sith was 16 years ago.
Wow.
Have they aged a day since
They look
then?
great.
But
now
cool
you look at, Ewan McGregor from Phantom Menace. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I love that they have Aunt Beru and Lars from episode 2 and 3.
Joel and Bonnie.
Yes.
So Kamal, he is he is so stinking funny. I love
I know.
comedy.
I've seen him in tons of stuff. And then is that Indira Varma? Is she from Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't recognize anyone else.
Was,
I don't think.
Pedro Pascal's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. is Ice Cube's son.
Huh.
Oh, cool.
The guy
he looks
to him,
just like him.
Yeah. Once somebody says it's Ice Cube's son, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes, so he must have been in the Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, he was Ice Cube.
He is Cube.
The guy next to him is in Fast and the Furious, I think Tokyo Drift, who I thought this was a racist comment until somebody put it in context. Apparently in the movie, he's referenced as Han Seoul, like Seoul, Korea. Oh, Han Seoul.
Oh. Well, this has come full circle.
Yeah, I was about to comment on somebody sharing that. I'm like, dude, that's racist. And I was like, oh, it's a Fast and the Furious thing. I don't know who the other three people are.
The Rupert Friend, that name
He looks
sounds
familiar, too.
familiar. Let's look him up. Rupert.
Looks devilish.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
up on the IMDb.
He portrayed Stalin's son in The Death of Stalin. I've actually meant to watch that. Apparently, I've heard that movie's really good. It has Draco Malfoy's dad, Lucius Malfoy, with
Jason Isaacs.
Yeah, I think it has Jason Isaacs in it, and he is just the best.
He's the Grand Inquisitor.
He apparently Rupert Friend is also in The French Dispatch, which hasn't come out yet, but I'm really excited to see because I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan.
Oh yeah, I love Wes Anderson. His stuff is so good. Grand Budapest Hotel. Oh my
I
gosh.
love that movie so much. I kept telling Heather, actually, I was like, we really need to rewatch that movie because that's probably, to me, his best movie.
It's so fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, guys. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna have some Tatooine, some Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I mean, obviously we're gonna have some Darth Vader.
And they have been stressing Hayden Christensen is playing Darth Vader. That's how they've been crediting him. They've not said Anakin. They've said Darth Vader.
Well, that's all he could be at this point.
Yeah, I don't really like Hayden Christensen to me never struck me as like a guy behind a mask. So it makes me wonder, like, are they gonna do something weird with it? Or are they gonna go like the Vader comics where they did very kind of a stylized version of him, how he sees himself, like in this weird sort of mystical force world? Like, it just, I don't know. Like, I know that he was in the Darth Vader suit in episode 3, but it was a fairly limited amount of time. And to me, he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who that would be his thing. He seems more of shows his face.
Yeah, I think we're getting weird force stuff and flashbacks and that kind of stuff.
I hope so. I loved the way that they portrayed it in the Darth Vader comics was absolutely phenomenal. I would love to see something like that.
Nice. That sounds awesome. All right. Well, moving on to our next top story, we've got the announcement of the Bad Batch.
Yep.
The continuation of a Star Wars, Clone Wars animated series, or a spin-off, I should say, not a continuation.
It's the Dee Bradley Baker show.
But we're still, yeah, that's right. We're still getting that Clone Wars animation, which is, I wonder if do you think they had that in mind when they were doing the last season of Clone Wars?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Because they spent a lot of money for 12 episodes.
Yeah, seriously.
Right. They were like, this is going to lead to something else. Yeah, so good. I'm so excited. You guys watched the trailer?
Yes.
How many times?
So, they're on Camino there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looks like they are. It looks like shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah. It sounds like maybe they didn't participate in Order 66 and they're not exactly Imperial friendly.
Right?
Yeah, it seems like maybe they start off as like, hey, you guys are clones, so you're on our side now. And then they're like, no, we're not. And then that's just when everything goes sideways.
I didn't see any, example of that in the trailer. It all looked like everything they were showing was before Order 66, right?
No, they were shooting clones.
Yeah, they're in the trailer. You do see them shooting at clones.
Oh man, I need to go back and watch it. I watched it once on my phone, so I probably didn't watch it at all.
And you were barely paying attention.
Yeah, I was driving down the road. I was, it was raining.
There's a sense when you're starting watching Star Wars now. I mean, you far.
You do see Rex in one shot.
Yep.
And you see Saw Gerrera in one part.
Yeah, I missed that. I need to go back and rewatch it.
I saw Rex, but not Saw.
And what looks to be what I think is a girl clone.
It is a girl. Her name is Omega.
Is that the little girl?
A clone name.
Yeah, definitely seems like this is a clone because it looks like they're on Camino. So while that's the only thing that's there is clones and Kaminoans.
You got like a crown or something, a headpiece or something.
Yeah, there's some kind of.
She looks like Vision.
Ton Wee's wearing.
So yeah.
Well, we know that they're cloners, so that they did other stuff too, supposedly.
Yeah, she could be an experiment. She could be. Yeah, we don't know.
Do the Kaminoans, do they have like powers?
No.
No, they're just damn good ones.
They just got long ass necks.
Yeah, the power of the hard swallow.
All right. Anyways, the hard
And
swallow.
we know the name Omega because if you watch the video with captions on, that's how she was credited.
Right.
And apparently in other languages, they were hearing it use feminine pronouns. So
That's awesome. I don't care what it is. It looks exciting.
This is the level of nerdery we go to.
Yes.
We're examining what are the pronouns used in the French translation.
Yeah, we're gonna get it right.
And it sounds vaguely like a Kiwi accent. So
yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, well, that's Soul.
And
Ultimora.
also Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet.
Yes, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega.
Yes. And Rex's name was almost Alpha.
Really?
That was because there's a character in the original Dark Horse comics taking place during Clone Wars. Obi-Wan and Anakin had a clone with them named Alpha. And he looks an awful lot like Rex with the blue markings and such like that. When it came time to make the show, George Lucas changed his name because he didn't want it to be the A team with Ahsoka, Anakin, and Alpha.
Yeah, that was a good choice. That would be too many A's. But
yeah. So yeah, Alpha and Omega.
So we got that to look forward to on May the 4th.
Yes.
That's not too far away because it's already April.
Now, what does bother me a little bit about that is that first day on May 4th, that they're giving us 3 episodes, so it's going to be 70 minutes worth. And then that Friday, we get a 4th one. How many are there? Because that has cut our season greatly.
They haven't said a season number. If I had to guess, I'd say 10 to 12. Because that's about how many Clone Wars episodes they've done in the last few batches. But it also seems like this might be an ongoing thing. I don't think this is a one and done. Again, there's a lot of money going into this.
Yeah, there's a lot of money going around the Star Wars galaxy. It's everywhere. Speaking of money, I haven't heard anything about the Galaxy's Edge hotel thing.
It's still been under construction.
Oh, so it's not even done yet.
Nope.
Well, shucks.
I think they're planning for next year it'll be done.
Cool.
I think it would have been done sooner, except for everything.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Well, guys, I think that's all we got for this evening, for this episode. But did anybody want to recommend anything that they'd seen recently, or anything they wanted to share with everybody?
Wait, why did you have your pictures? Why can't we talk about yours?
I don't know. They haven't posted them yet.
But you.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't just happen to have pictures on your computer you could show it?
Oh, yeah. I don't. Not on the computer, no.
You could pull up your profile page on the 501st.
Oh yeah. God, you guys are good at this.
Well, somebody needs to be.
I mean, most of the time we
just
should show the photoshopped one from the Garrison.
Wait, which one?
We normally show the official Photoshop one that comes out on the Garrison social media.
Garrison social
Which that
media.
one,
Is that Facebook?
yeah,
But they haven't shared it yet.
yeah, they haven't shared it yet. That's why we didn't show it because that doesn't exist yet.
All right, Paul, just so you know.
All right. Well, I can't find it, but we'll look at it We'll look at it next time when I get the photos up.
Here at the bottom of these, it didn't print, so there's holes.
Yeah, I know. I didn't print the aerators.
Okay, so
Make it work.
make sure that it doesn't do that when you do the full size.
Yes,
Well,
I
you
know.
print the aerators separately and then stick them on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And also the faceplate printed under bad settings.
Yeah. I was
You're
saying
just-
there's holes at the bottom. It's not like
I know.
holes where you put them in. Okay.
I know. I'm well aware of every single issue on that print.
I'll just go ahead and go. I'm not needed here.
It was a practice print, all right.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and crank the outro. if you guys want to look us up, you can see us on the YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast. We've got our approval photos on the Garrison Tyrannus Facebook. Instagram.
Supposedly.
There's something out there. We do have some Garrison Tyrannus Facebook posts as well, but check us out on 501st.com and, look into your local 501st Legion. Go on Facebook, figure out who all's a part of it.
You can go on 501st.com and you can find your local Legion.
There you go. Do it that way. Just get on there and find us. And everybody who's watching, thank you for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.